Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Tanaka with a WBZ News update. Our top stories. A man accused of causing a deadly chain reaction crash on 95 in North Attleboro is expected in court today. State police say Joseph Pompey hit an SUV, causing it to cross the median into oncoming traffic. The SUV hit another car head-on, killing 58-year-old Randall Ricketts from Foxborough. 2 people in the SUV were also injured. Investigators say Pompey left the scene, but troopers found him about an hour later and arrested him. Police in Medford are warning residents and local banks after an elderly woman was scammed out of $50,000. They say she told them a pop-up ad appeared on her computer claiming they had explicit photos and threatened her if she didn't pay up. Police say a courier was sent to her house several times to collect the cash in a shoebox after she withdrew thousands of dollars in cash and bought gift cards. Police are asking any other victims to please come forward. RAs, or resident assistants, at Tufts University walked off the job this morning and are on a one-day strike. They hit the picket line on campus move-in day. The union is demanding more pay. Right now, the RAs get free room and board, which Tufts says is in line with what other colleges offer. The school also says it's actively negotiating and responding to specific workplace concerns and hopes to reach an equitable agreement. All right, another cloudy day for us here in Boston. Time to get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Jacob Wycoff.
We obviously have a lot going on in the Weather Center, both locally and also nationally. So first, let's focus on what's happening around here. We do have the chance of showers throughout the day today, especially south and east of Boston. More widespread showers expected throughout the later morning into the midday on Wednesday. But beyond that, after that rain moves through on Wednesday, we're going to clear out really nicely. We're back to some sunshine, lower humidity values. That sticks around all the way into Labor Day Monday. First, let's focus on Hurricane Franklin, though. This is kind of splitting the uprights, if you will. You have Bermuda there. You have the eastern seaboard. This is going to make its way to the west of Bermuda and then take a trip to the northeast, sparing us largely from any sort of lasting impacts beyond some rough surf. I think the wave heights are starting to get a bit choppy, certainly, and tomorrow some 4 to 8 footers will be out there, and we also expect the rip currents to be something to watch for. It's going to be a good beach stretch, but we want you to be safe. All those east and south facing beaches are going to have to watch for increased rip current risk. So make sure you go swimming where there are lifeguards. So there's Franklin. Here's Idalia. Idalia is expected to make impacts and make a landfall to parts of the Big Bend of Florida on Wednesday morning. And as it does, it would be hitting a place that has never had a landfalling major hurricane hit it. And so largely, this is going to be some catastrophic damage to that Big Bend area. For us, high pressure builds in, it squashes Idalia, it squashes Franklin out to sea, and for us, it brings us sunshine as we go later into the week. But let me talk about Idalia. Notice that path as it goes in time. It's going to emerge back out into the open Atlantic, and some models are actually suggesting that it's going to kind of loop back around and potentially impact Florida once again. But when I talk about catastrophic damage, you're talking 10 to 15 foot storm surge. Storm surge usually the biggest impacts that we see around here, and Cedar Key just to the north of there likely seeing the worst of it. We'll have to watch that very closely. Back into the mid 70s for highs today. There will be clouds around, but the farther north and west you go, the more sunshine you see. South and east for the Cape and Islands, they're socked into the clouds. We see that on future casts. We all start to build the clouds. A few raindrops certainly possible overnight, but the big line is actually as we go towards the middle of the morning and into the early afternoon. That line will push through, clear us out very nicely heading into the second half of Wednesday and then into Thursday. Upper 70s for highs tomorrow, some afternoon clearing certainly possible. And the rain's not going to amount to all that much. You're talking a quarter to maybe a half inch in some areas. So we've kind of lessened the threat that we see any sort of flooding. Thursday through Monday, fantastic stretch. The type of sunshine we were hoping for pretty much all summer finally comes to fruition as we go into the month of September. But temperatures starting in the 70s, ending in the mid to upper 80s. There's your 7-day forecast. Have a great Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, Jacob, looks good. Hey, I'm Chris Tanaka. Thanks for joining us. This has been a WBZ News Update.